Hi. So I've been I've been learning about this fascinating concept called Findom. Alright, so to pick up where I left off, which I don't remember where it was because I had to stop the video for something, but this concept of Findom, it makes me wonder, is that something I could do? Now, I don't know about the sexual aspects of it all because that's not exactly where I can do things. It's the idea of making it so that I controlled your money. I like the sound of that. I really like the sound of that because I believe that most people don't manage their money well. Not that it would seem people would think that I do either, but yes. Admittedly, it would be very funny to be somebody who was a dominatrix and had a job for that, because my family's trying to get me to be less bossy and more like their family is trying to teach me how to say please, thank you. Because I can be a little bit like my own abuelita, who's a little bit demanding. I guess that's a nice way of putting it. When she wants things, she would make an excellent dominatrix if she only would agree to something like that. But she's even more of a prude than I am. So if anybody is interested, though, in this idea, I would be fascinated to hear your requests. And since as a Findom, you can tell the other person, look, just to talk to me, you have to pay me money. My idea is that you send, darn, what's that word? See, my own memory's starting to go, I guess. I learned the word yesterday. Or just as a starter to talk to them, you have to pay a certain fee just to say hello. And there was a name for that. And some people have their starter fees like $25, $35. I like the sound of that. That's a $20 fee to just say hello. Originally, when I didn't have any self-confidence the other day, and before I learned about this thing, I was actually having that idea that if you wanted to contact me and want to be on my email address, and if you wanted to be where you wanted my other services, just a body-mind listening session, that to know that you're serious, I needed to have where you sent $1 in, just as a donation, minimum you can send into PayPal or Cash App is $1, where you let me know what your contact information is. Instead of signing up for an email address and all that stuff, to let yourself know that you are serious, you really want to be on my contact list, then send in $1. So, because by investing that $1, this is something you really want to do. But for the Findom clients, if you're serious about really wanting to do this Findom, I think actually there should be a $35. Send in PayPal and in Cash App. You're allowed to put in your request, your thoughts, your 2 cents, your contact information. I don't know what the maximum is that you can send in your note. But if you're paying me $35 just to give me your request, and you say you'd like to give me your request, I'd like to hear more. I'd like to hear what your request is. I'd like to know if this is something that I am comfortable doing. I prefer not doing the sexual stuff of like I was reading a script earlier today, and the script was like, ooh, baby, you want your... I'm such a prude, I can't even say the male anatomy parts. Oh, my goodness. Even breasts. Okay, I can say the word breasts. But like the way the script was doing, it's like, oh baby, don't you want to, pay me $100 and you will get to rub your, I think it was rubbing your head against, or putting the bosom. It was obviously a well-endowed woman who was doing the script. I, as you can see, don't have much, not much to rub against. And I'm such a prude, and it's all very embarrassing, the whole sexual world. But I do so love bossing people around and telling them and micromanaging. Oh, that would be like heaven's world, and to get paid to micromanage your world? Actually, when I'm filming, so the worst, people don't want to live with me. You do not want to live with me, because when you're in my world, I like to video everything, and if I'm anxious, it has to be from multiple angles. If there's a big change, if there's a change, a momentous change occurring, I have to video everything and from multiple different angles, and I will say, nope, it has to be done over and over again. That's my mental quirk. People consider it a flaw. I like documenting my world, and I like documenting it from different angles, and I like experiencing the scene from different angles. I'd make a horrible director, because I would make my actors do it over and over and over and over again from a scene, like from this angle, and then do it from like underneath. And they're like, well, why don't, one helper was like, why don't we just set up all the 6 cameras all at once? And I was like, yeah, I don't have the space to do it. I don't have the cameras. I don't have the memory. And I never know what it is, what angle I want it in until that moment. So I am a glorious micromanager and nitpicky person. So if that's your thing, you like being bossed around, give me your ideas. Let me hear them. Let me see how I can do this. I imagine this would be a lot easier on Zoom than in person, because here I get distracted by my own eyes. Maybe if I focused on the camera, because it's a little easier to boss around on the camera instead of when I see my own eyes, because I'm like, wait, why am I bossing myself around? That would be nice if I had more self-discipline. But the idea of bossing you around. So if there's any Findom people who will be interested in that, being bossed around, being told what to do, being told how to manage your money. First off, if you are going to be my Findom, I can tell you right now that one of the things that you need to do, even though I want all your money to go to me, that would be nice. Yourself, you need to make sure you're always taken care of first before you do anything else. Make sure all your utilities are automated, so that doesn't get touched. So the first thing we would do, is, if I was a Findom, first of all, we'd know how much you make that you could set aside for anything else, because your utilities, your mortgage, your taxes, that's got to be budgeted out, and that can't be touched. So I don't want to abuse your finances, and I imagine if there's some Findoms who might do that, but no, you need to make sure that you're secured, and that's taken care of. And once that's taken care of, then you have money to play with, and then we can have fun. So if you're interested in the idea, send $35, $25. If you're serious about that, it's $35 to the Credit Eagle on PayPal, or Credit Eagle on, I know you're supposed to have a pseudonym. Credit Eagle is kind of our pseudonym. It's the names we gave ourselves, but since no official document has any of that stuff, this is our code name. This is our name. Hey, tell me, Eagle, would you be willing to boss people around too? Sure. Yeah, so I'm going to evolve, and as I learn confidence, I'm going to probably not be the same personality as you see, who's all timid and scared. Oh wait, hold on, Mama. Will you look back up and look at the world? Like you were just looking. You were looking up there, and you were looking over there. You're like, wow.
Yeah.
See, when I catch things on film, I want to be able to catch certain, like, looks. Like, oh, wow. Because just now, she looked so beautiful when she was looking up, and I wanted to catch that moment. Although it breaks my heart when she gets lost. Although when she's bossy, whew, you would love her if you're a Findom person. No, if you're a dominatrix, likes being dominated. Whew. When she's in one of her moods, you would love her.
You want this other camera too?
Not yet, thank you though. So I've got a mix. I like being sweet.
There's a lot of cameras. We have 1,
I like
2,
being allowed to be sweet.
3, 4.
And I like being allowed to be bossy.
4 cameras. Wow.
So,
I should have at least 1.
you do have one.
There's so many cars out there.
Mom is
I don't
mesmerized by the
understand.
parking lot.
Well,
So much love I feel for her. See, I like to be a loving creature. I like to be a compassionate, empathetic, kind, sweet, demure, submissive person who gets to be bossy. Does that not make sense? It's kind of like the grandmothers in the Hispanic culture. They're so sweet until they want their way. As I said, I'm not sure if I'm into the whole sexual aspect of it, but we'll see what we can do. Let me hear your ideas. I'm open to hearing. Pay $35 and I'll hear what you have to say and what you want. Because this sounds like an ideal job. What do you think? Are you interested? Ideas. I'm hungry, so I'm going to go eat something. You eat something too, have a sip of water, go check in with yourself, check in with your body posture. Maybe we'll go to my other channel and we'll do something on there of checking in with our body. I love you. Be good to yourself. Take care of yourself. Be kind today.